Hey fuckers, it's Friday.
Can't spell shattered without shat or turd.
Like a gut punch to the abdomen.
Some of the funniest shit on the web.
I call it a rock friend.
I like the cut of your jib, gentlemen.
These 5 are the only protection we have.
The best part of the show is the genuine Hasbro love.
Good night, folks.
And of course, Pat's weekly farts.
Breaking news. It's very outside of the box.
Nailed it.
I love Friday. Bob's Bait and Tackle, now carrying Hasbro.
They truly are your favorite podcast.
Thoughts, prayers, likes, and shares. Shout out to
A to B. Uncut. Is that you?
When are you going to bring Larry back?
My favorite Star Wars podcast.
ShatteredCastonline.
Complete fuckers. Podcast is intended for mature audiences only, and its sole purpose is to entertain. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it off now and
Shut the fuck up, Chip.
What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite short man show tonight, and we are back with another episode of Shatteredcast Uncut, episode 269.
Yep.
That's apt. There is 2 other people joining me on this 69. Anyway, I'm joined tonight by the one and only Greg from Mercy.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Yay, it's Gregors.
I apologize. Just discovered my headset has a short in the cord, so...
Greg's got a short in the cord. I am podcasting from a different location than normal, so you might hear my microphone do weird things or hear my desk make some noise. I apologize in advance, but whatever. It is what it is. And, of course, we always have the one and only Matthew Deluxe Baldwin, who almost never can't make it.
Oh, whatever. I've missed a lot of times. Hey there, everybody. Thank you for joining us for a short version of Shattercast.
Yeah.
Hopefully have a good time.
Yeah, I think so. I think it'll still be a good time, right? Oh, there's me again. It's got to be that short. So anyway, Greg, if your headphones are working good enough, what did you get this week?
Well, I'm actually not using headphones. I'm using my phone like a phone. But I'm glad you asked that. I got, what is it? That little tiny bumblebee. I can never remember the name of the company. New Age. I got the New Age Bumblebee. I had some points at Agabus. And he had one left, so I got it. From Pinkerton, I pre-ordered the Mezco Friday the 13th Part 3 Jason. That came in one day. And I didn't like it at first, but it's grown on me. Kid picked me up... NECA Ultimate Stripe from Gremlins 2 nights ago.
Nice.
I found a Target gift card I didn't know I had. I thought it was just a blank card, and I checked it, and there was money on it, like a good amount of money. So I got the NECA the Ultimate Wheelhouse or Wellhouse edition.
I saw that too, and I passed on it. What do you think of it?
It's fine. I kind of like the look of it better than the classic one.
Okay.
But when I picked it up, I didn't really check it, and I thought it was the one with the LED deadlights head.
Mm-hmm.
But that one's not out yet. But and then I got the Arcade Predator, the brown one to go with my blue one.
Mm-hmm.
And then Calum sent from the Realm. Picked me up. Completely unsolicited. He picked me up the Bad Blood and Enforcer Predator 2-pack from Target. And Caleb, when you hear this, you need to get up with me because we gotta talk about it. But so that showed up today. I forgot all about it, and I got a box at work today, and I saw his name, and I was like, oh,
nice.
Oh.
And I think that's it.
It's pretty substantial.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. Better than more things than what I got. Matt, what'd you get this week?
I also got from Crashbox Custom, Pinkerton. I got the Mezco Jason, Friday the 13th Part 3. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I prefer the NECA one, just because of the size. I know that, the 6 inch is supposed to, it's different and everything, but he's a real small 6 inch. But overall, he's really good. I wish he had, I know, people corrected me, in the first Friday or the Friday Part 3, he was clean. He had clean clothes and everything, all that good stuff. But I kind of wish it was more weathered, more bloody and stuff. His hands were more like dirtier. But that's just little nitpick things. But overall, it's a good figure and a lot of accessories and everything. It's really cool, really poseable and everything. I love taking pictures of it. It's really nice.
How do you feel about the head sculpt versus the NECA one, though?
I like the NECA. Overall, I like the NECA better. Just overall, everything.
Well, seeing people's pictures and videos with the lights on it, like it looked like it was unpainted, like it looked like just straight flesh plastic, and I was like, eh. But then you get it, and there's actually some tone to it. It just gets washed out by the lights.
Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, it got some. Yeah. So, I'm overall. And I mean, I like the price on the NECA also. It's only $30. This was like 80. So, I have the Freddy on pre-order. I wouldn't mind picking up the Myers, but I think they're sold out and they're really kind of expensive to get now, I think. So, I don't know. I think I'm going NECA most of the time, but it was fun. I picked up also, I got the MMC, the top half of Skylinks. I got that in. I got Dark of the Moon, Studio Series Dark of the Moon Megatron. Picked that up yesterday. I was going looking for the Siege stuff, but I couldn't find them, so I found that. I got from Chris from Stasis Lock. I got the Burning Primal, Burning Convoy. He's the Primal that got what is it, like a clear red plastic kind of thing. There's a white one. Dakota got that one, and I got the red one. So it's a Burning Convoy or something like that. It's pretty good. I like it. And what else I picked up? I picked up these Walmart exclusive Dino Rider kind of things. I think they're with the core thing, they're kind of cheap. I picked up 2 of those. I just did a review for the Raptor, and they're all right. I mean, they're only $7, so I don't know, kind of phase loss kind of thing. I probably won't pick up anymore. And what else did I pick up? I think that's it that I know of. I think that's all I got. So, Justin, what did you get this week?
Well, I am glad you asked. First thing I got was a interruption-free podcast. It's been pretty nice so far. That's not to say technical issues won't, plague us a little, but at least right now I'm feeling pretty good about our level of interrupting each other this week. So I got that. The only other thing I got is a Google Pixel 3 XL phone. So I was tired of my Galaxy 9 Plus, so I switched.
How do you like it?
I've only had it today, so I haven't really had too much time to mess with it, but so far I like it. So I think it'll be a solid phone.
Yeah, I wanted one of those, but my carrier doesn't. I think they're exclusive with Verizon, right?
They are, but if you order them from Google, you can actually just put whatever SIM you want in it. So I'm on T-Mobile. So
I'm on T-Mobile too. Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. So that was a pretty nice feature that I could do there. So I was excited about that. So
nice. I'm like, so good deal.
Well, that's all I got. So with that,
before
should we
move on,
to some... What'd you say, Matt?
I want to say one thing. I want to say I would like to wish our official SCU third-party baby happy 4th birthday to Azalea. Robert D. The reason why he's not joining us tonight is because of his little girl has a birthday today. So
you know what I thought was funny about that is that Robert was like, you know what I just remembered? Like, what'd you just remember, Robert? He's like,
I know.
It's my daughter's birthday. Like, you just remembered that?
Oh, I'm sure. He's got a lot of stuff going on. He's fine. But happy birthday to Azalea.
Happy birthday, Azalea.
Awesome. So that's the reason why she's not in. And Bobby's not here because he has to go watch Captain Marvel. So, know. That's
if there's a new movie out, Bobby's schedule.
He's
very busy mopping for most of the week. And then, he's like, I can do one day that's inconvenient to everybody else. And then that's that. So
I could, if y'all can do this at Sunday at 3:00 in the morning.
I think we could fit it in Sunday 3 a.m.
Yeah. That's it. That's the only time he has time for us. So
yeah.
Good job, Bobby.
So, but that is that's the intros. So let's get this thing started, shall we? So moving on to the very first piece of news is 2019 can eat a bag of dicks because the Takara founder, I don't know, Yasuda Sato. He has passed away, sadly. Rest in peace, sir.
He was 94, so
it was
He had
kind
a
of
good
inevitable
life.
at this point.
Yeah, he had a good run. It's like Stan Lee. Everybody was waiting. You know, it's sad, but you know,
Yeah.
he had a good life.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I mean, what can you do?
When I read this, my first thought was from that Toys That Made Us episode, where printer film bubble wrap. Sorry, that Toys That Made Us episode, and he was in it, getting that award with that like Perceptor, I think it was.
Oh yeah.
And he was
Yeah.
so happy.
That was a cool moment. That was a cool moment. Yeah. And who else? Somebody else famous passed away. Two other people.
Perry. A
Who?
bunch of people have died this year. Luke Perry died on Monday.
Yeah, Luke Perry died at 52. Yeah, he died of he had a stroke. And there's somebody else. Wasn't there a third person?
King Kong Bundy. He died.
King Kong Bundy. Yeah.
Alex Trebek has stage 4 pancreatic
stage 4 cancer. Yeah. That sucks.
That's a year for our childhoods.
2019 is looking fantastic at this point. Yeah, so that is it for depressing news of the day. Maybe not. We'll see. Let's move on to the next piece of business, which, hold on, let me pull it up here. The next thing is third-party news, and TFCon Los Angeles is really sent an enticing thing over with their Delta Magnus, which I guess is Diaclone, like a Diaclone, I guess their Thunder Manus or whatever the hell they're calling it.
It's Delta Manus. That way they don't get in trouble.
Right.
On the cross dimension line.
Right.
I like this. I love the cross dimension line. I haven't got Jetfire yet, but I have the Prime and the Optimus, and they're wonderful figures. And I like this. I like the blue on it. I think it looks really good.
It's fine. I have no real problem with it, I guess, but you know, I mean, I just feel like it's not something. It's gonna be. I feel like it's another convention exclusive that's just gonna sit. I mean, I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong for their sake, but
yeah,
I just don't feel like it jumps out like some convention exclusives.
Yeah, it's for niche kind of you know, collectors.
Very much so. Very much so.
So, but I mean, not for me. For me, I just like the color. I love the blue and the black and the yellow. I think that's a really good combo. And like I said, it's already a great figure already. And I wouldn't mind picking this up. I'm not gonna, you know, pursue it. But you know, if I saw it at the con or something, I'd probably pick this up. I think I'd pick it up.
Yeah, this is gonna be the one that sells out first, in my opinion. And then you're gonna find it first on like Facebook and eBay, because people are like, they bought it and then they're like, I don't really have anywhere to put this, and then they turn around for double the price.
Have we seen any other convention exclusives that they're coming with? Because I mean, it's getting close to it.
But I couldn't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember anything specific.
Doesn't MMC have something?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't remember seeing any exclusives so far. And this thing is next week, I think. Next weekend, right? The 15th?
March 15th?
Yeah, March
15th to 17th.
So, yeah.
It's got to be soon.
I've not seen, but they got a lot of voice actors coming to this damn thing. Man, it's packed with voice actors.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna go quiet for a minute. I'm gonna look up and see what the other exclusive, because I'm pretty sure we talked about another one, or at least there was another one.
Okay, we probably did. I just don't remember. But yeah, they're stacked with all this stuff, and I'm happy for them. I mean, it's good that, you know, they're getting one. I wish, a lot of talk. There's a lot of, you know, rumbling throughout the community about, are they going to do two, you know, for the fall? They've already said they're not going to, but I would love for them to announce a fall one over on the East Coast, or maybe even the Midwest. I wouldn't mind the Midwest also. So,
in general, the this particular mold is fairly highly regarded, right? Like, people like this mold quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but I love the mold. I love the cross dimension stuff. They've sold pretty good. I think, you know, you can. I think they did with the options. They did another, or like a shinier. I think we talked about it, like a shinier red for it. I think they did another one for it. But I think the line is going pretty good for them for this. I think a lot of people are enjoying it.
Well, that's good.
And it'll be let's see, limited quantities, and it will be $80. So not bad. Not too bad at all. And you know, echoing.
Yep.
Yep. So let's see, anything. Yeah. So Get Right Robot, thanks to Jason Brien from Get Right Robot, representing the Diaclone iteration of Power Convoy. So it's available at the Chosen Prime booth. And so, yeah, probably limited quantities, like I said.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, I personally would like to have seen other things. I still think it would have been cool to do some of those like teased Starscream type things. You know, like the they had the Galaxy Meteor. Is that what he was called? In what's his name? Metal Hawk colors, like something like that. I think would be awesome.
Well, I was
like
going to
that
ask you,
would
what
sell
would you,
a lot. You know,
what would bring you? What would want you to get a exclusive? What really brings you into exclusive stuff?
For me, it's just like it's like an interesting use of a mold that, like, you know, really like sticks out. Like I really liked the MMC Diaclone stuff. Like I thought that was awesome.
Okay.
I would definitely be down for something like that. But yeah, I don't know. I guess like just interesting things I'd be into also.
Yeah, I haven't really picked up. It's been a while that that I've really wanted an exclusive. Like when we go to TFCon and stuff, you see lines and long lines for that stuff. But I never really. I luckily I got in. Me and Robert were over at Bobby's table, and they announced just real quick the Azalea, the recolor of Azalea from MMC, and Robert grabbed me like, "Let's go, let's get this," and I said, "Okay." So that's the last time I've really stood in line for exclusive for TFCon. I'm just not been really. I didn't really care. There were nice ones like they did recolors of the Rodimus. They did all those ones, and then they did a recolor of Drift, that blue one. I think I really liked. I think from the Toronto one. So I just never really, didn't really care for most of the exclusives anyway. So
yeah, no, I tend to agree with you. Like some of them are good, most of them are kind of lackluster. So,
well, did you like the what was it, the Constructicon one from Fans Project? Were you interested in that like last year?
I don't remember that one.
I think it was like an orange. I think they redid Grimlock or something.
It was.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. No, I'm not into that.
What was it, Greg?
Construction Core.
Okay. It wasn't Grimlock, was it?
It was a recolor of the Grimlock.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. To me, like that type of thing, it's fine. I'm glad you kind of came up with it, but it's not really something I need in my life personally.
Gotcha.
So,
did you find anything, Greg?
Yeah, the only thing I could find outside of this, I thought MMC announced something, but they might not even be going. The only other thing I found was a custom class, and it's that open and play Galvatron custom class figure to turn it into shattered glass Galvatron, or sorry, broken mirror Galvatron.
Okay. They announced the custom class for the Robocon, whatever, for Pete.
Yeah, G2 set.
Yeah, the shattered glass, or was it G2? I thought it was shattered glass.
No, yeah, it is shattered glass. It's G2. Well, what's it called? G2. I can't think of the fucking name of it.
It was the shattered glass one from the 08 Sideswipe concept. So they announced that. I don't know. Dakota and some other people are going. They're doing a road trip up to it, and I'm thinking about going, but I don't know. It's in June, so I don't know. We'll see.
No, June. I don't know.
That wouldn't be very far for you, though, would it?
Nah,
Kentucky?
Cincinnati, right? Oh, it's
yeah. Oh, yeah. Outside Cincinnati.
That's about 2 hours probably for me.
Oh, that's not bad. You can make that, dude.
Nah, I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll see.
I may. We'll see.
All right. Well, on that note, let's move on to the next topic of business, which is Mech Fans Toys, which I believe is Robert's favorite company. I'm glad that he is here to discuss it. But they have a what do they have? What is this
Tracks.
thing? Tracks? Tracks, yeah, that's right.
Legend Seal G1 track.
Sorry.
MS-25 flywheel.
Yeah, it's an original mold. That's the only reason I included it.
Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with it. I think it's cool. Dare I say, it has the potential to look better than the actual MP if you can't see through it. Maybe.
Yeah, but it's not the right car though.
Is it not?
Yeah, it is.
Stingray?
Is it?
Yeah.
No, I think this is a different model though.
I don't think so.
I might be wrong.
They show a car.
I mean, if it is a different model, it is just like a couple years off. Like it's still 70s Corvette. So it looks really weird without the big Autobot logo on the hood.
Yeah, well, you can add one.
Yeah, of course.
So I know you're not into the Legends guy. I know Greg is a little bit. He's dabbling into it. You ever gonna get into the Legends game? Good stuff, man.
I don't know. I mean, it's scary because I feel like if I get into the Legends game, like it's gonna be hard to get out of the Legends game. So I don't know.
I don't know, man. I think they're gonna be done with all the G1 characters this year. Actually, to be honest, the way they're going.
That is true. That is definitely something that I could see happening.
Speaking of the Legends game, my snitch at Big BBTS got back to me, and I found out who sent me that Tarn. And it was no one expected. Yeah, it's no one that anybody would know. Anybody here would know. But now I just figure out who sent me Megatron. But I might get this. I don't know. I don't want to go overboard with it.
I was going to ask you, Craig. What are you just cherry picking stuff, or are you? What are you going for in the Legends?
Well, I got the Tarn, so obviously I'm gonna get the. I was always planning on trying to get the rest of the DJD, right. And then when that Bruticus, the fourth party Bruticus came out for like the price of one figure, then I jumped on that just because I wanted to check it out, and then I figured I needed a Autobot, and then I needed another one, and then B was really small and cute.
So Starscream too.
I need Starscream, but I can't find him anywhere. I can only find him. People are selling him secondary for like stupid money. I can find Skywarps and Thundercrackers all day.
Really?
But I can't find, and Slipstreams are a dime a dozen, but I can't find a Starscream. And I don't know if they Design and Factory do re-releases?
They haven't.
I haven't followed much. I don't want to get anything that's too out of scale, because this Prime I got's actually bigger than my Megatron, but it's fine. I mean, it's not really going to matter at that.
The Hot Toys one?
But like, I don't want to get like a Starscream that's, I don't want to get a Starscream that's bigger than Megatron, because they'll be side by side.
Yeah. What do you think of that B?
I like it. It's got really stiff joints.
Really?
Especially the hinge, like where the top of the car, or I guess the back of the car hinges from the backpack. It was super tight, and I was super worried I was going to break it. And I was actually putting decent force considering how big like the size of the part on it, and it was not budging. And finally, I just gave it the push, and I was like, if I break it, I break it. And
it's well built. It's really well built.
Yeah, it's good. It's
Love the
very
transformation.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I'm just never going to take that gun out of the box, because none of that do.
Yeah, I've got scared shitless from. I've dropped that and been like, fuck.
I've been looking for pieces like little Legends accessories like for the last 2 weeks, because I'll leave one out, like a cat will knock it off the table, and then I'm like, fuck, where is it?
And it's really small.
Yeah.
This looks fine. I mean, I'm not into Mech Fans Toys either, but I mean, for a new mold, it does not look bad at all. I mean,
it doesn't. But I definitely think you need to go ahead and, like start showing us this stuff next to other things, even if it's your own product. Like, it really, at this point, there's no reason not to show us what they scale with and look like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're usually, I want to say they're bigger. The Mech Fans Toys, most of the time, they're kind of bigger than the Iron Factory and the Magic Square.
Yeah.
Well, those are the upsize molds. I mean, I don't have any of their original stuff, so does that follow the trend? Because
I don't know. For their new molds, I don't know what their trend is, but I know with the older stuff, like you're talking about, they were usually bigger than, they were kind of upscaled, almost kind of deluxe size, I think.
Oh, because I was kind of thinking about picking up their Dinobots just because of the scale.
That'd be fun. I mean, Dinobots would fit that. I think scale would be, bigger. I think the bigger the Dinobots are, the better. To be honest. But the tracks don't look that bad. I'm not gonna get it, but hopefully somebody. I'm sure. I know. Magic Score will probably make a tracks eventually.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on. So this next bit of business, who is this company? Is this a new company, Iron Star? They are doing an Optimus Prime head for, is it MP10? I can't tell.
This is the Transformers Element.
Is it Transform Element?
I think so. TEE? Yeah, TFE.
Oh, okay. So it's a new head for the Transform Element Prime.
Okay.
That's
Greg, you have Transform Element, don't you? Bro? Okay. I think he does. I'm not going to speak for him, but I think he does. So I don't remember what the head looked like. I think it was, a lot of people were grabbing because it looked kind of pinkish.
No, people were saying the eye placement looked weird and stuff like that, but I think the head looks just fine.
Okay.
But they're just trying to appease, they're trying to build a fan base and whatnot. So
sure. I mean, that's important to do. So is this a new company making the head, or is it Transform Element?
It's Transform Element.
Okay.
Yeah, they've been talking about it because ever since they went on and released the Prime, and then they said that they were gonna do a different head for it if people wanted it. I think the hell looks fine.
Okay.
That's the least.
I didn't see any particular problem with it personally.
I was reading the interwebs where people graphing about where's the kind of the pinkish color for it or something.
Hold on, let me. He's right there. Let me grab it. Oh my God, I got back pain. Hold on.
Don't throw your back out, man.
Oh God, you'd be surprised how easy it is to do. It doesn't look pinkish to me. I mean, I think some of that red, like light bouncing off that red, makes it look pinkish. But
that could be it. I was just reading what people were kind of complaining about it. It wasn't very much. I mean, a lot of people that got it really liked it. That was one of the nitpicks.
Complainers gonna complain, Bo.
That's true.
How they do.
Something I really like about this figure. Remember the box art on the back of like the box G1 figures? You know how Prime had those kind of rounded but like human looking. Okay, Brutus just got killed by the Predator. And now Optimus Prime's butt fucking the Predator. All right, I probably shouldn't try to overreach. You remember how his hands looked? They were kind of rounded, but like they were humanoid looking at the same time. Like that's what the TFE hands look like, and I kind of like it. It reminds me of that box art.
Nice.
Mm. Now, are you still in for the MP44?
I am.
What are you gonna do with that one?
I don't know.
Transform it. Put it in truck mode.
Well, I'd go back and transform it. I don't have all day, man.
Oh, that's true. I mean,
yeah, it just depends. I didn't expect to like it this much. So I don't know. Maybe I'll. Okay, God damn it! Stop falling over. Toys don't just stand like they used to when there were chunks of diecast. Now they got all their joints and their articulation, and they just don't stand up when you kick the table anymore. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna get it now because of my situation. I've got some situation updates on the horizon, but if I didn't, I would keep this. I mean, I think he's worthy. Like, I think he's a worthy
adversary,
scaled Optimus. And I love the way they painted the inner chest part, like the Matrix chamber, like in the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah, I think he's that's me. I think he's a good figure. Like, he feels like he's got that heft that everybody wants.
Yeah, that the Magic Square didn't have. A lot of people didn't like the.
Yeah.
I like the Magic Square was fine. I got to look at that one and it was fine.
I like the Magic Square one personally, but I can see.
Oh, you have that one, right?
Yeah, I could see why someone would not like the way it weighs because it's definitely a very lightweight figure.
Do you have a problem with the plastic? Like, does it fit with anything else in your collection?
No, I think it's fine, personally.
Okay.
So, I mean, for me, with like, I can understand that complaint, but for me, I mean, I'm not really that, like, down on a figure because it doesn't have a bunch of paint. Like, I know that's important to a lot of people. For me, it just it doesn't bother me at all. Like, as long as he looks good on the shelf, it serves his purpose, then I'm fine with it. And in this case, this is most definitely something that just looks good on my shelf. So, yeah.
Well, if you look at that one, like, if it's not paint, there's some sort of a matte finish on it. There's a finish on it, at least. Because if you take pieces, like, say you pull a flap out and you kind of lightly rub your fingernail across the top and then rub it on the bottom, you can tell that there's bare plastic on one side and there's not on the other.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Matt, did you not get a chance to look at the TFE?
No, I did not. I passed on. I didn't. I got to look at somebody's Magic Square.
And, fine.
I was really impressed with it. The Magic Square was really good.
It's good. Yeah, it's definitely good. It's definitely good. I just was like moving my way up. I just wanted to check them all out.
I wonder if MP44 was not, coming out, I wonder which one would have won out of these two. Like, I would think, who would want? Which one would most people want? Greg, which one? I mean, you've looked at both of them. Which one would you have had?
Oh, I would have kept the TFE one.
Okay.
Hands down. Well, I read the comment sections on people posting because people are still getting them, or people are still asking, like, where can I get this one? Where can I get that one? And it's almost like a little mini scale Fans Toys versus I don't know, Gigapower. Well, no, not Gigapower, because we don't know how long this company is going to take. Fans Toys versus whatever company, and people are like, just get the Magic Square, man. Just get the Magic Square. Get the Magic Square. That's the best one. Get Magic Square. And it's like, yeah, it just seems like that people are just they're on their hill and they're defending their hill, and I get it.
That's fine. I mean, you think they're trying to do that because of the price? Because it's what, 120, 125?
They were the same price for me.
Oh, Transform. Oh, they're both the same price. Oh, okay. I thought Element was a little more.
I think so. At retail, I paid a little less for my Magic Square because I got it from someone that had pre-ordered it and paid up front, and then when he got it, he just realized he needed to downsize because he had some life events about to happen. So
okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I got mine for a little cheaper from a Rockstar.
Nice.
But, I should have signed the box.
All right. Well, with that, let's move on. I think that was last of third-party news. Hasbro News says Peter Pumpkin Eater, and we can go ahead and skip right past that one and go to the pop culture.
Was that Robert? Did Robert do that?
Who knows?
It's funny how Robert can edit the document and add dumb to it, but he can never add news to it.
It's funny. It's funny how he can fuck up the show without actually being on the show. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he didn't fuck up the show. Calm down.
No, he did not. But Robert has his ways.
He always has his presence here.
Yeah.
He's open.
So that was your daily dose of Robert.
What if it wasn't Robert? What if it was Bobby sitting in his basement with his?
He's
with
like, these idiots will think it's Robert.
Yeah, waiting for Captain Marvel. I'll fuck with these guys.
He's got his Guy Fawkes mask on, sitting in the dark.
That does sound like Bobby.
It does. He's like, because he didn't like Hasbro, so he would always fuck up Hasbro news.
Mm-hmm.
I bet he's got a whole fucking room. You know what? I bet one of those little rooms in his basement they was showing us that one time. I bet one of them's gonna be like his Green Goblin room with like a whole bunch of different masks on the walls and different like tools that he can use to like bring down the competition.
Exactly. He's gonna like Fans Toys is gonna rule the world.
No, he's out. I think he's a Zeta man now.
Nah, he's Fans Toys for life, man. I mean, he likes Zeta. He does love Zeta, but
I don't know. I see it. I see it in his eyes. I see what he's becoming. His eyes are starting to turn a little orange.
They're black, though. How do you see his eyes?
He doesn't have eyes, Matt.
Yeah, no, it's soulless, like a big old black hole.
He's just an entity. He's like what's that thing from the Marvel comics, the Kree thing? He's a supreme intelligence. He's just disembodied intelligence, just chilling.
I could see that. I could definitely see that.
All right. So anyway, the next set of news is the God damn, I cannot say this word today. Pop Culture Shock G1 Soundwave statue.
I like the cell shading on it. Not bad.
I think the cell shading makes it feel more premium or something. I'm quite okay with that.
I'm not mistaken, this company involves Emilio, who does...
Estevez?
Yes, Emilio Estevez, and his brother. His brother's in it too. He just smokes a lot of crack, though.
Nice.
No, he does a lot of design. He for like Masters of the Universe, and he did. I don't know if he still does, but when it was with Mattel, he did, and Hasbro and stuff. He does a lot of the robot and humanoid design, and I think he does the design for this. I know he at least did on the last one. I think it was Optimus Prime, but I might be wrong. But these are like mini statues, so they're only like, I think they're less than 12 inches tall.
Still not bad. I mean, do you know like some of the prices? Because I don't want to say these are like on the scale of like imaginary art or any of that stuff. So I could see this probably being around 120, maybe, give or take. Do you know the prices for these or anything?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure they're licensed, and I can't imagine. I can't imagine it to be too much, but I really don't, just because I didn't really have room for statues, so I just never really like. I really like the way the Prime looked. I just didn't. I didn't want to get too far into it and think about it. I was just like, oh, it was cool, and let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I just see these. They're really nice. This Soundwave looks really good, but I just think they're kind of simplistic. They're just not a lot of details in them. With I do love the the cell shading and everything, but they kind of look. I don't want to say cheap, but they don't look like $900 expensive. I would think these be probably between like 120 to 150 in my eyes. Does that make sense?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I think so too.
It looks nice.
Yeah, they look great. If you're a statue collector, I could see you being interested in these. They're not really anything that I think I'm gonna be going after. Like, yes, right. Robert. I know Robert is screaming at the screen right now. He's like, "What about if they do a jazz?" Like, no, I'm probably not in on that one either.
What if they do a jazz, man?
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do it. So, but yeah, they're fine. So.
Yeah, what if they do a Minerva?
No, still not interested. It's okay.
Oh.
It's just I don't need statues in my house. Like, I really don't. Like, the fun of a transformer to me is the transformation.
Okay.
So
I'm sorry, go on.
No, I was just gonna say, so like if it doesn't transform, like it really just like it could be the coolest thing ever, but it's not interesting to me. Like, I know like the hell's the company, the Spark Toys Tarn, like everybody says how awesome it is, and I believe it, but it doesn't transform. So like I don't need it. Flames Toys. What did I say? Spark Toys. Yeah.
Spark Toys.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's a
wrong thing. So.
Gotcha.
But yeah, like since that doesn't transform, it's like like it's cool. I'm sure it is, but it's not something I need in my life because it's not a transformer. Like it is a transformer by name, but it's not a transformer by what it does. So and like I have a love for the transforming robot, not necessarily anything that is Transformers by name.
Right. So. Well put. Yeah. The guy, I was reading a discussion. The Transformer, he says this will be about 10 inches. So Greg is about right around 12. So not too bad.
Well, I think that's it for all the official news.
Is that news? Are we going to read any questions, or are you going to wait for?
Good night, folks.
Other two.
I don't know what questions do we have. We can do some questions. It's a really short show at this point, so.
We can. I don't know if you want to go down and read one or a couple. We can do. Let's see.
What do we got? I don't have my drive. My drive just closed. Where is it?
Let's see. We can
do MP Collector. He's always good for a new question, and if he wants us to want somebody else to answer his question, then feel free to resubmit it next week with asking for everybody else to do a question. So go for it, Matt. You want to read it?
Oh, I gotta read it? No, man, I can't read.
That's how this goes. The person who hosts the show never does the reading.
You know, I gotta fuck up my reading or these words. All right, dear Shadcast crew, I was wondering if any of you have seen the views on fundraising efforts change at all following the recent Moss Toys, and the Unrestable Kickstarter campaigns, or currently ongoing crowdfunding effort MMC is utilizing in support of their proposal IDW Fort Max figure. What do you think has or hasn't worked for these? Mech Toys was able to pull off their Sunstorm fundraiser. Do you think they did any specific that led to the figure's successful production? MP Collector as #1 SCU fanboy. So I want to start off. There's been a lot of flack. I don't know, Greg, have you seen anything in the TFW about the Moss Toys? I've read somebody sent me a link. There's a lot of rumbling going on that this may not be made, and that kind of affects me because I put in for the Starscream. So I'm wondering, should I try to get my money back or any of that stuff? So I'm kind of worried because I paid for this thing over a year ago almost during the summer, and they said it might not even come out, or if it is going to come out, it might be another year or two.
I did see that thread. I checked it on like Monday or Tuesday, and I haven't been back.
Okay.
Just been too busy to. I usually do TFW when I'm at work. I very rarely do TFW from home unless it's the weekends. So that's my work avoidance project is TFW, just looking for things for the show notes. I did read that thread. I see a lot of back and forth. Like, I don't know. I just don't know. I'm not invested in any of that, so I haven't been following it. So this is the first I heard that there was a delay with that. I knew the Mayhem Mechanics thing was delayed just because, like, I'm friends with people that invested in it, so like I see that conversation like firsthand, but I didn't know anything about the Seekers.
Yeah, gotcha.
But speaking of Seekers, I think the reason that the Sunstorm did so well was because a lot of people made the jump from the Masterpiece to the Make Toys because they were slimmer and they were more cartoon accurate. They had more of an anime look. And, you know, the Seekers are all about having a set. You don't just buy one Seeker. You buy 3, you buy 6, or you buy 9. And we have yet to get 9, but people are holding out hope. So I think a lot of people pre-ordered Sunstorm. And I think that was a smart choice for them because it's not like it was a new mold.
Yeah, I kind of wish I would have got into it.
Well, like that MMC, the thing they're doing for that Metro or that
Fort Max,
Max, like that. I feel like they're cheating. Like it didn't make its goal, so they just extended it. You know.
Oh, they extended it? I didn't know that. I thought they still had time.
And that again goes with what I said. Like I think they're just trying to make their profit without minimize. They're trying to make their profit while minimizing their investment. So,
do you think Kickstarters will be? Do you think that future Kickstarter will be funded? You know, in the future. I mean, like say Fans Toys did a Kickstarter for some reason. Do you think that would make it?
I don't know. I was kind of thinking that maybe Kickstarter should be the way to like end these third-party wars. But then what happens if you fund a Kickstarter and you really like the design, and then like 2 months later, when you get your toy, 2 months later, someone else puts a better design out. And so that would just make the third party wars worse.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, I think they should do crowdfunding for obscure characters.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I definitely think that you should focus on the obscure character before you end up, kickstarting big name characters. Like if it's I feel like Artfire was like the perfect example to me because Artfire is this character that, like, how many people really care about Artfire? Like, I'll be honest with you, like, I don't even really care about Artfire, you know? I like the color scheme, I like the rescue vehicles, so I was into Artfire, but, like, there's literally no reason to make an Artfire, you know? So go ahead, Kickstart it, because if you can get enough people who are interested in it, then, like, there's no reason not to make it. But, you know, it's such a, you can't just be like, oh, well, you know, we're gonna go make Artfire and then waste all our money and our time trying to put out a toy that nobody actually wants, you know? So
well, that's how I felt with this Fort Max. I mean, because apparently they passed on the design when it was offered to them, but now that they think somebody's gonna pay for it for them, then they're all about it because they'll get to pocket that extra.
Right. Yeah, that's messed up.
Yeah, it just seems kind of shady. Like, if you had interest in it, and I mean, I guess it's through Planet Steel Express, but let's not fool ourselves.
Yeah.
So,
you know?
what's a obscure character that y'all would actually, you know, fund a Kickstarter for? Well, that's kind of putting you on the spot because there's a lot.
I'm kind of cutting obscure characters out of my collection, to be honest.
Okay.
So I know that Fans Hobby has said they're doing Minerva, and we've seen the prototypes of it and stuff. Like they showed a super whited out image online, and like I feel like that is an example of a character that you could kickstart, because it's just not big enough of a character. But you know, like, I'm glad that a company's actually doing it. But that would be the type of characters, them, like Duocons,
Omnibots.
Yeah, like the Omnibots, like things that they're G1 toys, but they're not necessarily characters that people are clamoring for. Or that to me is the perfect thing to end up trying to kickstart.
Would Topspin and Twin Twist be in that?
You know, I want to say yes, but then on the other hand, I also kind of think no, because Last Standard of Records kind of made them somewhat relevant, famous. You know?
Yeah, relevant, yeah.
So,
I would probably fund a Kickstarter for a set of articulated, like a full set of human characters that were in scale. Masterpiece.
I think that'd be pretty cool.
And I mean everybody. I mean Spike, Sparkplug, Carly, Dan, the girl, the Power Glide girl. Like, I mean everyone. I mean like a set like they did those the SDCC Creon set. Like have like a present them like that and have them all in there.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty.
Yeah, because there were a lot of humans. And then maybe throw in a bot for good measure. But that's a lot. But that's a lot for. I mean, they could reuse the same. They could probably get away with reusing the same body for a lot of them. But
the male figures and probably all the females too.
Well, no, because the female figures are all different. Like the one girl has a dress and.
Oh, the one that was that got hurt at the end with the plague. What was that girl's name? She had the robot. Defensor helped her. What's that girl's name? You remember what I'm talking about, right?
The episode. Are you talking about the high school kids that built the?
No. When the plague, the very last of season 3, when Optimus Prime saved everybody.
Yeah, that was.
I forgot that girl's name. She had the robotic.
Her brother and her dad were trying to kill the Autobots or something.
Yeah. That'd be pretty cool to get her, maybe. I think it'd be cool for like maybe the what about the junior headmasters? You know, like Fangray and
yeah, definitely horrible.
Or the junior target masters.
Yeah, those are the perfect things, because I feel like there's enough people who want them, but maybe not enough to warrant, you know, a mass release of it. You know. Yeah. Like, if you can figure out a way to retool something a bit to make it work. Like, I feel like Headmaster Jr. is like, okay, you make Minerva, you can get Nightbeat out of it, you can retool it a bit, and you could probably get a Siren, and you could get a Go Shooter out of it, you know? So, like, there's 4 uses of a mold, basically, that you could do from that. But I feel like, so like by that standard, like, yeah, absolutely, like, you know, there's reason we can go ahead and make each of these characters, but like, is the following going to be something that is going to be looked at as successful, you know, from I guess like a marketing standpoint, if you know, they are lesser popular characters, you know? So
yeah.
that I don't know.
I'm surprised that the who's making the Autobot Spike? Was it MMC or Mech Toys?
X-Transbots, I thought.
X-Transbots. I'm surprised that wasn't a Kickstarter, to be honest.
You know, it really kind of doesn't surprise me that like I'm surprised that it isn't a Kickstarter, but at the same time I'm not, because he's like, it's a super iconic moment in the TV show, you know?
That's true. Yeah, that is true. But it's just, you know, I didn't know if that would be, you know, enough to warrant a mass release. But,
yeah.
I mean, I guess it is. But I think that might be a prime example of why that should be a Kickstarter.
But the other thing is, you could be totally right at this point. Like, we don't know that that's the type of thing that is worth a mass release at this point. Like, we really don't, because it could turn out that it comes out and it goes the way of those, what the hell were their names? The, goddamn, why can't I think of them right now? The, what's the company that went away that I always like to make fun of?
Oh, Impossible.
Impossible Toys, yeah. It could be like all the Impossible Toys things. Like, you know, like by all accounts, the Executioner and all them, like, they're decent toys, but like, who cares about them? Nobody really, like, there's one that people care about, and the rest of them, nobody cares existed.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. Like, I hope Autobot X does well. I don't know if it will or not.
I'm buying one.
Yeah, gosh. I'll probably get one.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope it does well.
I think. So yeah, I hope that answered your question, MP Collector. I think it did. Like I said, I'm kind of worried about the Moss Toys thing, because, you know, they don't really have a long track record of, you know, release. They only have Bumblebee and I think the recolors. I think the only thing they put out so far. So I may reach out. I may try to see if I can get my money back.
I can understand why you would be worried about that. Like, I am someone who has put in for a fair number of Kickstarters, you know, and it sucks when you get scammed, you know? It just sucks. Yeah. And like, I think, you know, MP Collector says, like, you know, what about these makes them more successful? It's like being a reputable company, number one. You know, like, how much stuff has Mass Toys actually put out that, you know, you can have faith in them as a company. So
yeah, I wasn't really, you know, it was a Starscream, you know, and you know, he's my favorite character, so I was went in on that, and that's when I went in. If I liked it, I would have got the, you know, the Thundercracker and Skyward.
So how did you, out of curiosity, how did they make you pay for this one?
PayPal. I paid through PayPal. So
okay, because you can.
And that's a lot of issues they're having. A lot of people have been canceling, and a lot of people didn't pay at the, you know, first. So I think that's maybe one of the reasons why that is not going to get made. I think so. I may have to be reaching out to PayPal or something.
And that's fine. If, you know, like that is a risk the company has to take when it comes to these types of things. But with that in mind, like, you absolutely should make sure that you're, you know, paying back the people who gave a crap about your thing if you can't put it out. Like,
yeah, that definitely. Because then if you don't do that, I mean, then you might as well not even put anything out again, because nobody will trust you to.
Oh, and for people, you know, and here's the devil's advocate, kind of, sort of, is looking at it from another side. That's the problem with, and I'm not saying in this situation specifically, but just in general, when there is a crowdfunding that takes a little longer, that's the issue with fear mongering.
That's a good point.
Like starting a whole thing, because then people start trying to pull their money out, and then that only holds the project up further.
Because we're impatient, you know, we're impatient collectors, so, you know.
But on the flip side of that, there does need to be a lot of transparency.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't. I think since I've got, you know, funded for it, I think I've gotten maybe 1 or 2 updates, and they were just basically the same thing. I maybe even just one, like an email stating, you know, this is what I think that. Oh, yeah, they had to switch factories and stuff, and all this, you know, excuses. and stuff.
I'll be honest with you. When I did, what's his name, Artfire, like I don't remember getting almost any real updates from them on it. Like it's just like, oh, here he is. He's coming out this week. It's like, oh, okay, well that's great.
Who was that? What company was
that?
That
was MMC.
Well, see, that's MMC.
Yeah,
they've been around for a while.
Yeah,
Toys.
They are at least reputable.
Yeah,
at the very least.
Exactly. So, yeah, now I'm kind of worried now, and I may have to. I don't want to be that. I can wait. I'm fine. But it's almost been a year, and nothing really has been shown since. Like we haven't seen any like prototypes since that. They showed the first one. Nothing color, no anything with color at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of just like, yeah, it's been a year. We need to see something.
It's time to show something, definitely.
Yeah. So, and I don't blame people that want to get out of it. Like, we tried. We were going to support you, but it's kind of getting like, I don't want to say shady, but it's kind of getting suspect a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. There's only so much you can do before you kind of wear the people who did support you's you wear them thin. So.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, I think crowdfunding's kind of a risky business. Like, I get it, but I mean, when you're and I think Justin. I was looking at Jason. I said Jason. I was, I was thinking of what you said. Like, if you're a new company and you're not reputable, or no, I think Matt said that. Anyway,
Justin said it.
Oh, he said it. I'm sorry. Well, he said reputable. You said reputable.
Oh my!
So you went pronouncing the word right.
Yay!
For once, you got your it's your first.
My words got right.
Yeah, I just think that crowdfunding's a bad look.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a bad look on you. Like, if you're trying to start a company, you have your shit together. Like, instead of crowdfunding, maybe find a third-party investor. Like, find someone else who you can convince. Like, do it legitimate startup style, but with an illegitimate product.
I'll tell you what. Let me ask you that. So that's a good question. So is it worse on a new company or a established company to do a Kickstarter?
Well, if it's an obscure character, I can understand an established company not wanting to put their necks on the line to do it. But if it's something like, say, Fans Toys was like kickstarting Optimus Prime.
Yeah, that's shady as hell.
Like, something's wrong here.
Yeah,
that's gonna sell.
Fans Toys is in trouble.
And I'll be honest with you, like, I kind of feel like the who's doing the Fort Max? Which company?
MMC.
Yeah, like I feel like that's a little bit of a cop out because I feel like the Fort Max from the comics is a big enough character that like you shouldn't have to kickstart it.
Well, that's what they turned down from what I understand, they turned down the design when it was offered to them. But now that they can get people to pay the cost up front, or they can pay for it, like they know they'll make money on it now, and now they need to do it. So it's like, because the only IDW Fort Max is out is Warden, and I think Warden's a fine figure.
Yeah,
I like it. I still like Warden.
They want this one to scale with, because this one was designed to scale with Overlord, the MMC packs. So, yeah, so that's like kind of the selling point for this one.
I realized that MMC Overlord is worth a fair amount of money still. I did not realize that people still wanted him.
I might get the Legends Overlord. I think I'm gonna do all my IDW and Legends, and that way it'll only take up like one.
Yeah. Iron Factory Overlord's pretty good. It's a good figure.
I had the Iron Factory Overlord. I really liked it. I did eventually sell it off, but I definitely would say that I recommend it. So.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff, and now that like I'm having to move out of my office, like I've got a lot of stuff and nowhere to put it. So I need to figure out a way to be space conscious until we move.
I'm telling you, like I feel like if the Legends game was what it was before MP became like a big thing, I might have foregone an MP collection. Like You'd be almost done at this point, you know?
Oh, I joked with Kid about that. I was like, I could get an entire season of Autobots and Decepticons on one shelf, and still have room for other.
Yeah,
yeah,
and they're knocking them out too. I mean, you season 1, 2, 3. I mean, I think you could almost get close to. I mean, there still needs some like Insecticons. There's still bits and pieces that still need to be made, but overall, I think it's probably over 50% already done as far as.
Yeah, but I would want a better Galvatron and Scourge and Cyclonus and stuff like that, because that was early days.
Well, that was that's DX9.
No, I mean, Unique Toys.
Oh, Unique Toys. Was it Unique Toys? Oh, sorry. You're right.
What's Warren Pocket? DX9 Warren Pocket?
Yeah, I think that's DX9. I don't know. It's hard to keep them.
Yeah, I'm getting confused. Everybody's being, already starting typing like, God damn it.
And then half of them, half of them with the names that the companies use, like, makes it even harder.
Yeah, Unique Toys made the Headmasters, and they were Warren Pocket. So I thought DX9 made the 2-pack of like Scourge and Cyclonus and Galvatron. I thought that was DX9.
That would be a 3-pack.
Not 3-pack.
But yeah.
Rest in peace, 2-pack.
I couldn't resist.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, but those were like early on, like the plastic.
Yeah, no, they were the early stuff. They don't go. I don't think the older stuff goes well at all with the newer stuff. So they're kind of in the back burner of stuff.
Yeah, that felt like that plastic was like soft and spongy. Like I can't think of another way to describe it.
I do like the Headmasters though. The Headmasters are good. The Unique Toys ones, they're pretty good. I really like those.
Yeah, I've been meaning to grab some of those. I almost bought a whole set from a guy like a couple months ago, but he never got back to me. Like he'd never get back to the price.
Yeah, if you get a chance, pick them up. They're pretty good.
Yeah. Well, because he was missing one. I think that was the deal. And then I was like, well, I'll still buy what you got. And then he never hit me up with payment information. And every time I messaged him, it was just back and forth. But he was missing like Highbrow, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, if you get a chance, I would definitely check those out. They're pretty good.
Yeah, that would just be a way to like represent like some classic characters I like, as well as some obscure characters that I like Overlord and Headmasters and things like that. I mean, they're not, but
they go well with the Magic Square too. I think the plastic quality is kind of the same, on par with the Magic Square. So, okay. That was a good question. Thank you, MP Collector. Very good topic. You want to read another one? Or are we good? Are we already done? Or you want?
Let's do one more, Matt. You have another time for one more, right?
Let's see. Let's see. I guess we could read TJ's. The complete absence of G.I. Joe from another big event from Hasbro, the recent Toy Fair, made it clear once again that the company is either unwilling to or unable to revive the brand at present. This got me wondering what it would take for Transformers to find itself in a state of dormancy as well. I'm not saying that's what I'm predicting, but I'm just wondering what everyone thinks would be the big red flag we need to watch out for. Thank you for all you do, TJ. Thank you.
Actually, I have an answer for this.
Okay.
Apparently, there's an agreement with Paramount, it's Paramount. And this is what I heard back when people were talking about not seeing new anniversary stuff when Rise of Cobra came out. No, not Rise of Cobra, but whatever the sequel was. They cannot have 2 G.I. Joe toy lines going when the movie's out. And they're doing that Snake Eyes movie. So they can't, they might be developing stuff, they might be prototyping it, but they can't have it out, and that movie's supposed to come out next year. So they're not going to be showing off new product. Yeah, because the only product they can have on the shelves, as per the agreement, is movie-related stuff during movie years. And they're not going to put out a line and then stop it and then start it again later. And so that's why you probably didn't see G.I. Joe stuff, because they are going with the Snake Eyes movie.
Okay, that's understandable. What I would love to see, like the new Walmart stuff, putting out the new Transformer G1 style stuff. I would love if they would do the G.I. Joe classic stuff and put that out on Walmart. I think that'd be pretty cool to walk into Walmart and see that.
I think it's still part of the same deal, though.
Yeah.
I understand that. But I'm just saying what I would like to see for G.I. Joe. And I think a lot of G.I. Joe collectors would love to see that, to walk into Walmart and see the old classic style hanging up on the shelves and stuff.
I think that'd be cool. One thing that I think G.I. Joe desperately needs is some kind of really good piece of fiction with it, because even if we don't like the Transformers stuff, like there's constantly something Transformers related, and I just feel like everything G.I. Joe related has been pretty less than stellar as of late. Like the movies haven't been great. Like maybe Snake Eyes is like the perfect, it's almost like a last ditch effort if you ask me, because you know Snake Eyes is this character, like he's a ninja. What kid doesn't like ninjas? You know, like you were either team ninja or team pirate as a kid, right? So like, you know, like if Snake Eyes does bad, then G.I. Joe's done. You know, like there's just nothing you can do to make it good.
I think they're trying to treat Snake Eyes like their Bumblebee.
Mm-hmm.
Like in that
I was going to mention that. Yeah.
Back. If they did do reissues of the old school stuff, I'd want them to come with the little tubes of face paint. So I could like go grocery shopping, looking like fucking.
Dude. I mean, because they did the 25th anniversary stuff like that and everything and all this stuff. But I think to help G.I. Joe, by doing the classic style packaging and everything, and put them on the shelves at Walmart and Target or something, I think that would help G.I. Joe a lot.
One thing I would love to see with G.I. Joe is lose the 3 3/4. Honestly, like I know that like that may be looking bad, but like think about it. Like if you had like mask type characters, like the little characters, make them have like just a little more articulation than the old mask characters had, but the vehicles are that size. Because like G.I. Joe is so about the vehicles, but like the flag takes up 6 feet. You know, like I can't put a flag there. You know, like and then like. The Night Raven, like I have a Night Raven, like the new one, and that's like 2 feet long or something like that. Like it's gonna be real hard to you know put these characters with their vehicles, which is the iconic part. Like so I don't know. I feel like I think it would do pretty well if you just made a smaller version of the characters for this reason.
I'd be all in, man. If I walked into Walmart or something and saw G.I. Joe vehicles, man, like talk about nostalgia.
Start packaging like you can even make a troop transport, and it comes with a driver and like 2 or 3 other guys. Like the APC
helicopter, Wild Bill with the helicopter or the hovercraft or any of that stuff. Man. I'd be a G.I. Joe collector again.
Yeah, I honestly think that is one of the routes that G.I. Joe could take that would be successful.
Now, did you preference, because I had to put my phone down because I used the potty, did you preference with shelf space limitations?
Yeah, I mean, that would be an issue, but...
Well, no, I mean, like in the stores, like
No, it would be an issue with the stores too. I mean, because you got a lot of lines out right now, and just to find the space for big, vehicles, it would be kind of challenging.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, toys aren't selling like they did when we were kids.
Right. Yeah, that is true.
Oh, cringy, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Transformers in my Walmart is a perfect example. Like, I don't think the kids are really going for them here, because like we almost never get restocks of them. Like it's sad, like it makes me sad personally, and it's just there's none in my store. At almost any given point in time, there's none. Like I showed Matt a picture, and all we had were those damn shampoo bottle G1 things. Like the hell are these? Like who actually cares about these?
That was trash, dude. I walked into Target yesterday, and I heard a kid running, and I said, "Man, they got new Fortnite toys." I'm just like,
yep.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's about stuff like that, and like you need to have fun media out there. You need it's not even about just like video games. It's like things that interest people, that they're interested in buying the product. As long as that doesn't exist, these kids aren't going to go and buy it. Doesn't matter what you do.
Well, I was at Toys R Us. I told this little blurb before, but I was at Toys R Us once, probably, it was during Combiner Wars, And I don't know if it was the fact it was the comics. I don't know why. But the kid walks up with his dad, and he's like, they had like a full, like, Superion or Bruticus or something. Or maybe, no, it was later. It was probably like an Onslaught. And he had enough money to get 2 deluxes. And he was like, but I need all 5. They make a big robot and we can play together. And he was super excited. And his dad was like, all right, I'll buy the rest. And then they were like father and son, like Dennis the Menace, like style, like walking out the door all smiling and whistling and shit together. And they were going to go home and play some fucking Transformers. And like that shit, I never see that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm always the only person in the toy section every time I go to a store.
Me too. Just about, or some woman in a shopping cart just looking around, don't know what she's looking for because I guess her nephew or something has a birthday or something. But yeah, I'm usually the only one in the toy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it's true. You know, like, and sadly we live in the digital age. You know, like it's what people are into now anymore.
Yeah, that's what happens. But I'm still gonna collect Transformers. So oh well.
Yeah. So. Well, I think that'll do it for the show for tonight. Matt has places to be, movies to see, I assume. You're going to see Captain Marvel, too?
Yeah, I'm going to see at 10 o'clock showing because, you know, I put SCU ahead of Captain Marvel.
Goddamn right
put that
you
out
do,
there.
Matt. Goddamn right. So, and we on the show appreciate that very much. So.
Matt,
Greg, are you going to see it, Greg?
Are you Team Goose or are you Team Goose?
I'm Team Goose Goose.
Nice. No, we're going tomorrow with our friends.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna do a couples
double date,
1 kid night.
Oh, y'all going out to eat too and everything?
I don't know about that. I have an MRI Saturday morning, and then I have to go straight from that to a big signing with like the big OSU star this year that we've sold like 350 tickets to already. So,
okay.
Yeah, I just got a full day tomorrow of getting MRIs and making money.
Nice.
Word.
Sounds like fun.
Right, well, just want to say thank y'all for everybody that listened to us. We really appreciate it. Hope y'all like this one. This was really fun. I had a good time. It was a good time.
B team.
Not saying I don't have a good time with everybody else, but this was really good. I liked it.
Yep. No Robert, no Bobby, no interruptions, no getting yelled at.
I miss both of them. I haven't talked to Bobby in like 2 or 3 weeks, man. It's been a while.
I just wanted to ask him about the Mortal Kombat trailer.
How was that trailer, man? Was that a fucking awesome trailer?
It's fucking bad. It was the story trailer. It's just badass. It's like they're doing like this. They're on like Mortal Kombat like 43, so now they're doing like time travel and split dimensions thing. But yeah, that game looks fucking badass.
Yeah, I might get it. It looks pretty good. I mean,
I ordered it on Amazon, so I got the code. Actually, I got the code while we were doing the show for the beta, and I'm gonna play the beta.
Goro?
You know, I like games that give you access to the beta because I feel like it's the, you know, they let you try it out, and if it's gonna suck, like things like say I don't know, The Division, kind of looks like it's tanking. Like yeah, you can just be like, oh, don't want that, cancel that order. So I like that. Give me more betas. So.
Greg, did you get was it Shao Kahn that came with the
Shao Kahn with this one, yeah.
Okay, Shao Kahn. Okay.
But there's like 6 or 7 other DLC characters you can get if you buy the premium version, but that's $100.
Damn.
And like I can get this one, play it until it's worth about $15, and then go pick up the Super Deluxe edition for like $25 and get all that shit.
Breaking news. All right.
Oh, dude, I've been gassy as fuck for like 2 or 3 weeks, man. It's been bad. Something's wrong with me. I got demons in my belly.
Gotta release the demons. All right, y'all. Thank you very much, and as always, good night, folks. And
Shoutouts to Courthouse Network, ROC, Anti-Realm, Toy Detox, Plastic Fanatics, Spirit Vultures, Nerve Rage Radio, and Wigs.
And my personal favorite, the well-established gentleman's show, Stasis Lock.
At Real Robot, at Fear Corpse.
I am Ratchet.
Third-party TF Crashers, and Open Your Toys podcast.
This podcast is intended for mature audiences only. Its sole purpose is to entertain. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it off.
Shut the fuck